Hey guys, this is Daniel and welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how you can add, edit, and remove text from your designs. So let's go ahead and get started. First, in order to add text, we're going to navigate over to the right side and click on this tab right here. That's going to bring up this panel, this text box where we can just click on there and start typing. So let's go ahead and add a website, mywebsite.com. And we're going to hit add text. That's going to drop the new text right in the middle of our design. Now we still have to select a font. We need to stylize it essentially. So let's go ahead and navigate up here, and as long as you have your text selected, so you're going to have this toolbar up here, these new options. So if I have an image selected, that's not going to be there, but let's go ahead and select our text. And now we can choose a nicer font. Let's go ahead and select, let's see, what's a good font? I like Gotham, so let's go ahead and select Gotham. Now we can also move our text, and we're going to move it up here. But I want it to be kind of tucked in here in this corner. And instead of doing this, I'm actually going to just change the alignment on this text right here. So let's go ahead and make it right align. We also have center align, which means it's going to be aligned to the center of this text box. But I want right align. And I'm going to change the color of this text because it gets lost a little bit. So let's make it orange. And I'm also going to make it a little bit smaller. Let's make it about 85. Looks pretty good. I can change the letter spacing, make it a little bit more spaced out. That looks good. And I can also change the, if I had multiple lines, second website.com, I'd be able to change the line height. So change how spaced apart the different lines are. But I only want one text box. I only want one website on here, and that looks really good. Once I have my new text in place, I want to make sure that my text box isn't, just kind of hanging out over here. I want to make sure it's really nice and clean, so that it doesn't interfere when I'm trying to click on the image. So if I had this all the way over here and I wanted to click on that image, I'd be clicking on the text instead. So I'm gonna clean this up, shorten it. That's all I need. Now I can click on my image, I can click on this, and my text box isn't going to be in the way. So that is how we add text. In order to edit text, there's two ways you can do that. You can you could do a single click, and that's going to allow you to move your text to a different location. Or you can double click it, which is going to allow you to actually edit the contents. So let's go ahead and change this to a 4-bedroom. We'll change this to a 2-bath and a 2-car garage. So again, that's single click to move the text, double click to actually edit the text. Now, occasionally you're going to run into some text like this open house where you're not able to click on it. And if you watched the other tutorials, specifically the one where we talk about locking and unlocking layers, you'll know that this layer is locked. It's actually locked, so that's why we're not able to click on it. So in order to unlock this layer, we're going to navigate over to the layers panel, and we're going to look for a layer that's labeled text and that is locked. So we know that these layers are locked because they're grayed out, and you can also see the lock icon, and the lock is closed. These layers are over here. You can see the lock icon is open. So we're looking for a layer that's labeled text and that is locked. And here we have text 1 and it's locked. So let's go ahead and click on that, and you can see that it highlights open house. So we're going to want to unlock this layer. Now that we've unlocked it, we can go ahead and change this text, edit, we can single click to move it around, or double click to actually edit. So I'm going to change this, and instead of an open house flyer, I want a just listed flyer. Here we go. And I'm going to change this font. I'm going to change it to Gravity is a good one, but I actually really like Gotham. So let's go ahead and change to Gotham. We can make it a little bit more spaced out. And you see that my text box wasn't big enough to sort of accommodate for the font, the text that's in there. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit longer just to allow that room. If you notice that your text is doing that, it's kind of dropping down to the next line. You might want to make your text box a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and make that a little bit longer. So this is how we would add and edit text. We can double click this one as well. Double click this right here if I wanted to change it to June 5th at 7 p.m. Now this is looking a little bit too spaced out, so let's bring that in a little bit. Now if we wanted to remove text, we can do a single click and simply click delete on your keyboard. Hit the delete key or backspace if you're using a PC. Go ahead and delete this as well. Now I actually really like this just listed, so I'm going to make it 2 lines. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and make this about 160. There we go. And that's all there is to it, guys. Again, if you wanted to add text, go ahead and click on this tab right here. If you wanted to edit text, go ahead and double click, and that's how you start typing once you see that your cursor is in the text. And if you wanted to delete text, go ahead and do a single click and then hit delete or backspace on your keyboard. Let me just adjust this one, make it a little bit more spaced out. Okay, I hope this tutorial was helpful. I'll catch you guys next time.